Make my rounds. You're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please subscribe. And everybody hit that like button. Please hit that like button for me. And thanks to everybody that's been supporting the movement. Thanks to everybody that's been supporting the movement, man. We still doing our thing. We pushing, we pushing, man. We gaining new followers, new subscribers. I mean, every day, every time I come up here. So I appreciate all the love. And make sure y'all hit that notification button so you know when I'm up here, man. And shouts out to everybody that's been showing me love, sending the cash apps, man. Y'all know, keep us rolling up here, man. Keep us rolling up here. That's a fact. And I use a lot of it also to go out and feed the homeless. That's a fact. So I appreciate the donations and all that. Appreciate it. I want to go ahead and get straight to it. A lot been going on, man. You got the documentary of Diddy. You got everybody going at 50 Cent. You got everybody that's saying 50 Cent is not wrong for what he doing. Get to that bag, 50. You know, Netflix is really the ones that's did it and put it out. 50 is the face. It's a lot going on, man. Now you got 50 Cent going with at Mano going to 50 Cent. Mano going in on what's his name? Academics. It's a lot going on. Now the newest one, Ebro getting fired from radio. One of the biggest morning shows around. You would never even thought you would see that coming. A lot of people saying it's Ebro's fault for whatever he did. I don't know. I ain't really researched too much of it. I'm just watching. You know, a lot of people talk about it. I watch Ebro talk about it sitting in his car. And what was his next thing to do once he's fired from there? Create his own platform on YouTube. But don't quote me on this. They said Ebro used to be talking mad smack and crazy about YouTubers and podcasts and compare podcast to radio, with now having the result to go to YouTube and create his own podcast now that he got fired. But I just want to get into something. I want to see if y'all remember this. When Dame Dash spoke it years ago now, and a lot of people gave him backlash saying, well, people have to work, people have to have jobs. That's not what he was saying. What he was saying, yeah, it's cool, you know, have your jobs, but later on down the road, you might want to go ahead and create your own TV show, radio station, or something at some point. So you be able to lead your kids something. So I'm gonna see if everybody remember this, man. Let me go.
I don't need the money. Exactly. It's not relevant. Exactly. So when a man comes on the radio and talks about money and they don't talk about me, I know that's not the issue. Because if it was really about money, he would have called me. He wouldn't have called you. I mean, he know I'm not listening to you. Mm-hmm. How am I listening to you ask me questions about another man's money? A real man don't answer those questions. A real man don't ask them.
Well, let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul?
I don't care. I take my props.
Word.
Don't fuck about props. I do get my props. I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money.
Y'all remember this? Y'all remember. Pay attention now. It's getting ready to get deeper.
All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not... there's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I can call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, oh, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody.
That's my bro and all that, but in this world, people have to work. If there was no workers, then there would be no businesses running around. And if every man had that type of ego while working, then they wouldn't have no company doing nothing. Because at the end of the day, you have to work to survive. And you have to work to put yourself in position. So that's what he's getting at. But still, at some point in time, you're going to have to work for somebody and call them boss. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. But, you know, that's how he thinks. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's entitled to think how they want to think. But we're going to finish, though. Because this was way before ahead of people's time. And now it's coming back to bite. not them in the butt, but I guess they're a competition. And it's an eye opener for what Dame told them back then, because it can happen to all of them. But let's go.
Yeah, at some point, you
No,
have to
we
have a
don't.
boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. Oh, okay. Put it like this.
Because you're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. I'm. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
You don't
this.
own it.
But I'm saying-
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why.
So he's breaking it down like when people give you work in the street, right? It's equivalent to you paying for it, but you don't pay for it right then and there. They give you the work, you go out, open your spot up, hustle, but you're gonna have to hire some dudes to do it, or you stand out there and sell it yourself. You come back and you pay the person that gave you the work. You don't work for him. He just gave you something to put money in your pocket. As long as you pay him, then y'all can continue. But after you make some money, you save it and go and open up your own. So they saying to him, to Dame right now, they asking him, Charlamagne was the one that asked him. So why this can't be our consignment? He said, you can't be a consignment because you don't own it. So that, I don't know if that part made any sense to me. Let's go back. We're trying to dissect this a little bit, but I'm gonna get to the point.
When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want.
So this is an opportunity for them.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
You don't
this.
own it.
But I'm saying-
I'm telling you.
So see right there, he said, why this can't be our consignment? Good. This corporate America, he said, because you don't own it. It's still the same thing. They putting them in front of a radio station and giving them some work to do so they can make some money. And then when they make some money, then they should be able to go over their own radio station. So now we're gonna hear what Dame say behind this.
No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me ask you a question.
Listen.
Can you give it to your son?
How you what to my son?
Whatever
Shares of
you
this company? I
yeah.
absolutely positively can.
How?
How? Because I own shares of this
You
company.
bought him?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to
full
you?
company is
I'm
not my
asking
son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But
Can,
I own
wait,
shares
stop.
of this company.
Listen. That's not my question.
But it's still consignment though. Dame, it's still consignment. It's still consignment because they got to get up their work, make some money, and then go open up their own. But I see what Dame going at with it. He's skipping over all of that to get to the point where he's trying to make though. But his point is a valuable one at the end of the day. But still, it's still the same thing. They up there working on consignment right now. But they still getting paid though. And then again, it ain't consignment because they is working for somebody. So I don't know. Dame's still right. I gotta admit when I'm wrong. He's still right because they are working for somebody. It's like they on the block. Now they can take that paycheck they getting and yeah, Dame is right. My bad, Dame. Dame is right. Let's finish listening, y'all.
If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can you get it?
No.
All right. You don't own this.
But I can take,
Stop.
I
I'm
can
just
take the
telling
money
you.
from here and invest in
No,
myself.
it's not yours. I'm not gonna fight for something I don't own.
He making big facts, big points, big points, big points. I was wrong. I admit it again. But let's go, y'all.
Men don't do that. I don't fight for others. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not gonna build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can go like.
But I'm not
No,
taking
listen.
this company.
Listen. What I'm saying.
But what about taking the money?
You come to work every
took the money
day.
from Def Jam.
I didn't take. Stop. Don't say. See, you speak of my
work with
business and you
Def
don't know what you're talking about. I take no money from Def Jam. What you
What
talking
I mean,
about?
I mean, they cut you a
No, they
check.
didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance, and they calculated it, and we got paid.
That's
And then
us.
stop. That's not us.
That's what we doing.
No. We listen. Before we.
When Dame trying to say, Charlamagne said Def Jam paid you a check. No. It's like he said. It's about the partnership. They was partners. Dame Dash and Jay-Z and them was rocking already. And Def Jam said, oh, come over here. And like he's saying, it's based off performance and really enhancement as well. Once you get with Def Jam, they're going to enhance what you're doing. You don't tell me to come over here and you run my company. These are the reasons why he flipped on Kevin Loud. That's a well-documented video, him flipping on Kevin Loud. Y'all didn't pay for this tour. We paid for this. Why y'all got Def Jam all over it? And coming here with shirts and with Def Jam with our tour name on it. That's why he flipped on him. So he's making a valuable point to Charlamagne. He don't know what he's talking about on that part right there. They own theirs and they was partners with Def Jam. But I'm going to let Dane finish breaking it down to y'all.
We had Rockefeller. We put up our own money for Rockefeller, right?
Okay.
Then we sold half of it. We became partners. So that means no one gave us anything. We were 50-50 partners. We built something and sold it. That doesn't mean you work for someone. See, they let you believe that. So then what happened was, based on a formula. You know what a formula is? It was profit times a certain number. So if you make this much profit times 7, that's how much your number is.
Okay.
Based on that formula, they bought the rest. That's it. That's not nobody giving me money. I never worked for them.
And that's the point. So I hope y'all understood what he was saying and how he broke it down to Charlamagne, because Charlamagne tried to make a valuable point to what he's making to them, that they still work for Hot 105, whatever it is. Fila Speak, what up? He said, Dame Wisdom aged well. Facts. Everything coming to fruition right now from what he said. This was 8 years ago, 2015. And Ebro just got fired. That whole big morning show, that was one of the biggest money earners in the morning up there. And they still got rid of him and utilized Flex so they could get rid of that money, utilize the money that's inside, and keep it rolling. For real. Jerry said Def Jam tried to take credit for Rockefeller's work when it came to that tour. Big facts. And making people, like he just said here, they tried to make y'all believe that we was working for them. Just because it was the big name already. For years. Def Jam is just known for putting artists out. So it made it look like they was putting it out and cutting Dame a check. And that's not how it goes. So this is lit. So we're going to finish listening. He done brought this to fruition right now. What he said years ago just happened. It didn't happen to Charlamagne and them. At least not yet. And I hope they don't get fired. I don't wish that on nobody, man. I wish them success. Breakfast Club forever and ever, man. But we're going to finish listening.
I put up way more money than Def Jam put up. Me, Biggs, and Jay put way more money up into Def Jam. Rather into Rockefeller than Def Jam. All they did was collect our money. What you mean? Why do you think Def Jam, first of all, when we were with Def Jam, they were bought by Universal. How you gonna call Def? How you gonna think someone that's bought by someone could be someone's boss? That's my point. You have to understand what you're doing in business, because you got to do what's best for your kids. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, distress, go through all of it, so when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody.
Right, well, that's the
You just pass it to him.
Now you talk about...
So if you're going to work 20 years in a business or 15 years in a business every day over and over again, and your son can't work here whenever you clowning him.
I don't want him to work
But that's
here.
I'm not saying...
And see, this is what he's saying. You go out and create your own after a while, man. You go out and create your own. And that was the point he was trying to make all the way back then. And people tried to clown him for saying that. And they took it as he's disrespecting people that work and have jobs. And that's not what he was saying. What he's saying is us, as you know, we are the low totem pole with stuff, man, in our community, our urban community, man. So what he's saying is, for us to elevate, it's time for us to take charge and take control of these businesses out here, and we own stuff. We can't keep letting the white man own stuff, and this is nothing against white people. They can do their thing, but we need to overcome and do our thing and be as equal, because God created all of us as equal out here. So why should they own everything? That goes for any race, owning everything. The Chinese people come over here. They own all the Chinese restaurants. We don't own nothing, but they get all our money. The Indian people come over. The African people even come over, which they are considered us. But still, why we don't never open up nothing? We get comfortable at a job and sit there and work all for years and years till we get old and try to get that pension, get that retirement money. instead of us owning something, so when we have kids and our kids have kids, we can pass it down to them and make sure it's being ran the correct way. And if it's a bunch of black people doing that, it will be very, very half and half with what's going on out here. But we separate each other because we too busy trying to outdo each other. But this information went over people's head. It's because they ain't talk loud. When people talk loud but giving you the real truth, you look at it as they downing you or trying to disrespect you. It's just sometimes listen to the message. We got 2 ears and 1 mouth, man. Do more listening than talking, because that would have been a point of, because this is what I'm trying to say. The point he was trying to make was to give them a whole skimmy, a whole game of what they should be doing. And if they analyzed back then, they still wouldn't be in the realm of ever being fired, because they still work on Power 105. Ebro and them work on Hot 97. Hold up. Jerk said Charlamagne and Dame Dash need to do some business together. I agree. That would probably be, they were supposed to be doing something from what I remember. Philo said they don't consider Africans us. That's a fact. Africans don't consider themselves us. That's a fact. But, you know, I still had to give that point, and they still come over here and rise above us and get our money. And we still sitting back doing the same old job for 30, 40 years till we retire. That's crazy. And Dame was making this point 8 years ago. And now look at Ebro and the morning show, one of the biggest shows around, man. They don't consider us. They teach African immigrants to stay away from the economy. We got to keep it all the way real. Facts. Fila, that was Fila Speaks, y'all. Great point, Fila. Ricky Mo, but the problem is, this Ricky Mo, y'all. The problem is Dame delivers knowledge in a disrespectful way. His messages usually come through as an insult. But that's my point. Sometimes you gotta be a smart person. And yeah, hit me in my DM, the real Big Boosie, BOOTSIE. I'm on Instagram. Hit me up there. We'll chop it up. I definitely always need an extra one. That's a fact. But that's my point. When you know, when a person is saying something, sometimes I'm gonna keep listening to the very last word that he say or she says, and I'm gonna have to, and then I'm gonna dissect what they said. And if it makes sense to me, then I'm gonna know automatically it's not an insult. It's the real TheRealBigBootsie. The real Big Boosie, just how it says. But Boosie has got a T in it. TSIE. But yeah, I'm gonna dissect those words to the last compound, and I'm gonna be like, oh, she was okay. She spit. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. But see, sometimes the person that's listening to it, their ego kick in. And then they'll let a real message go over their head because they too busy want to outshine. Facts, that's correct. What's that? Tony U1. He said, can't touch the facts. That's a fact, bro. And that's my point. If we do more listening, one thing they say about us as black people, we don't even like to read. We'd rather see a book with pictures. And one thing we don't like to do a lot is listen. And then our ego kick in. And that's what was happening with Charlamagne and Envy up there going back and forth with him, back and forth when he was really giving them real jewels. So when they was going back and forth with him, now his ego kicking in. And that's what created that going back and forth, back and forth. And then they wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. and maybe till afterwards. But now they are on a radio station where millions of people is listening, so they don't want to feel like Dame Dash is telling them something. And Dame Dash is right, so they wanted to make sure that they feel like they defended themselves against him and still let the real message kick in and say, you know what, yeah, you're right. And maybe if they would agree with him on there, they would have got fired. Like, oh, hold up, y'all listening to him? Or y'all gonna go and get your own? And see, that was all the good perks of having your own, because you ain't got to worry about holding and biting your tongue. Because you got to bite your tongue because there's somebody up there in that corporate looking in while they are actually doing these radio shows. Vlog Speaks said, our radio has not resigned Charlemagne. Re-signed Charlemagne. He nervous right now too. That's a fact. I seen that on MREX show today. A female said it. Said Charlemagne them looking a little skeptical right now too. She said it. I seen it today. Charles Johnson said the Breakfast Club ain't got no real dudes. And however it may goes, they saying they all gonna get fired. The girl was breaking it down to the point of when you get to a certain point where you might can go, what she said, man, damn, syndicated. When you can go syndicated and you've been up there all these years and you might not need them no more, they fire you. They get rid of you. And they don't want to have to pay all that I guess the back money or the pension or something. I don't know exactly how that part go, but they get rid of you in corporate world right before you are able to actually be smooth sailing after you put in all that work or after all these years. Now they want to get rid of you now. That's crazy. But these are the reasons why he said open up your own. Now look at Ebro now. Now Ebro went and opened up his own podcast, which probably is going to do well. It might drop ratings off of that Hot 97 because they got Flex up there. Come on, nobody don't want to hear Flex in the morning, man. He's too controversial with stuff that he do, nitpicking with people, talking about people. Nobody, that's not a morning show type of thing. People getting up early, they don't want to hear no drama. They want to hear, good conversation, good topics about some stuff. They might give you a little bit of some controversial stuff, but they not going to give it to you in the manner how Flex delivers his stuff. So they might knock that out the box. But at the end of the day, now they are there. Now Ebro have his own podcast, but he don't have his own radio station. After he talked about podcasters on YouTube, that's why him and Academics is going at it, and Academics laughing at him like, yo, bro, you was just talking about podcasts. Now you got to result back to that. See, a lot of that stuff turned people into hypocrites. Not thinking that they ever was going to get pulled down to the bottom of the last denominator. And this is what happens with everybody. They always say the same people you see on the way up, you see them on the way down, man. And everybody thinking that they doing certain things to people because they up, they all come down. And then only ones that last that come down and go right back up is the ones that never disrespect people, show people love when they got money. So you'll never know if they down or not because they're going to have their friends to hold them down and pull them right back up. And now they know which direction to go in and don't go in that direction no more. Normally they'll stay up. But everybody comes down at some point in time when they get too comfortable. This is why Puff where he's at. He's down now because he was too comfortable doing whatever he was doing to people. All those things that are alleged, but I've seen with my own eyes how he talked to people. And I've been heard he was stingy with money. All of this stuff is coming to fruition. And now who's going to help him? But when he come home, he going to be able to make some money because people going to want to see what he got to say and what he got to do. He do a documentary, it's going to go viral. He'll have millions and millions again. And I still think he got millions hidden somewhere. But to get back to what I'm saying is you never know what's going to happen. And look at Ebro now. He's doing a podcast. I wonder how he feel even doing the podcast sitting up there. Probably at this point, he don't care because he know people ain't going to pay nothing attention for a certain amount of time anyway. And if the podcast do good with him doing his morning show there, everybody going to still tune in. I had somebody tell me today, man, they done got rid of Ebro and them, man. I don't want to hear no Flex. And she's a female. She said she don't want. I said, well, you on YouTube? And then She said, oh yeah, he is up there. All right, thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all finish hearing a little more of this real quick, and then we're gonna get into more detail.
If you owned it, wait a second.
I'm here because I
Time
enjoy it.
out.
I don't need a check
That's
here.
stupid. You
That's
should
like
be.
Murder Mook.
Time
You
out.
rap because he
No,
enjoy it, not
no,
because he want
no.
a check.
You're wrong.
I'm here because
I like
I
the
enjoy
check.
it.
Wait, time out.
I'm here because
Time out. You're lying.
No, I'm serious.
He just said, Envy said, it's like Murder Mook. He raps because he love it. I'm up here because I'm here to get a check. That's what Envy said. Now, and Murder Mook bust out laughing. Like, hold up, bro. Mook ain't just rapping because he love it. It's both. He love it, but that money is what it's about at the end of the day, and he control his own movement. So I don't know how Envy made that a comparison. But Mook cost some bread for a battle. If I ain't mistaken, 100,000 depending on the battle or who he battled, man. So that wasn't a good point. But let's go, man.
Before you lose your control, just stay focused.
Like you said, do your
So
own thing.
see, Envy losing his control. And then Dame coming back. And now they want to blame Dame because he's supposed to be the loudest, man. All right, my guy, will check you in a minute.
Listen to me.
I'm
So,
working because I
why don't you
enjoy it.
listen?
I'm working for free.
Who could work? Would you ever enjoy being a slave?
I'm not, it's not a slave. This is what I enjoy.
I don't think this is
enjoy
slavery,
it.
Dan.
Do you have to come to work today? Do you have a choice? Do you have to ask somebody when you have to? Yes, you do.
Dame called a slave. I don't agree with that one, Dame. They calling people a slave. They working to take care of their family, man. That ain't being a slave. Slaves work for free. That's what slaves. Yeah, Dame wild, man. And he started laughing when he said it. He know he out of line. But slaves work for free, man. That's a fact. They working to get a check. They earning they keep. Period.
I don't.
Or you're fired. Can somebody tell you you're
I
fired?
don't.
Can somebody tell you you're fired? Yes or no?
Can be good.
Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that.
And there we go, right there. Can somebody tell you you're fired? And they had to say yes. And Charlamagne said absolutely. That's crazy. And this is the whole point that he was making 8 years ago, man. 8 years ago. Facts. And nobody paid it attention. Nobody. Yeah, Ebro, they're talking about podcasters. Podcasters, man. And not only that, they was all over the YouTubes anyway with their shows, with certain things. But, they still talking like podcasters. So now that they are on YouTube, are they considered podcaster because they not working at the radio station? Y'all drop some comments and let me know about that one, man. Because now they are on YouTube and not working on the radio station. What do we call that? Podcasting? Because everybody have their own style of what they do up here on podcasting. I have my main set. Y'all see them up there. I'll be dropping them time to time on my main set. Then I got my set right here with all my projects in the back that y'all see back there that I've done. And I'm up here giving it raw conversation with y'all, which is a beautiful thing. Fila said it's just all media now, which is podcasting at this point. As far as I'm concerned, you ain't on no radio station. Yeah, and all media. I guess it's all the same thing, Fila. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens when a person be feeling themselves and not listening to a message, man, and comfortable with working and being somewhere. I could never be comfortable with just sitting around doing one thing. This is just one thing, podcasting. Fila Speak said, your area part of the media, which is cool. Facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I got a slushy taco truck that I have open every day. I got movies that I'm doing on Tubi. I'm doing a soundtrack, Sound with Empire. And I'm only saying this to say this ain't bragging or nothing. I want to get money more than one way. I don't want nobody to have to tell me that what I can do or, yeah, I'm fired. Now, if I'm partners with somebody with a big distribution or something, and they might say, yeah, we don't want to do no more distribution with you. All right, cool. They could cut me off, but I could go to another distributor because I'm coming with the product and the money to do and get the things that I need. But I'm never gonna go and sit down somewhere forever. Now, I will go and sit down somewhere and work, and I'm gonna build that money up. I got one of my homies now. He just came down south from Harlem. I'm helping him get his thing together. He used to try to come down south and all. He never stayed, but this is the longest he ever stayed because I made sure he comfortable. He got a job. He building his credit and he building his paper. His money is getting there, and he's about to make another move. And that's what it's all about. And that's what it's all about when you're friends and you're a team. It's helping one another. It's not, yo, I ain't got time to help him do that. No, I could take time out, man. Fila said we need more grassroots balances media from our own. That's a fact. That's a fact. Fila said if you can't be fired, is the ultimate flex. That's big boy flex, man. But just make sure what you're doing is profitable for you. Don't let that I'm a boss get over your head neither, because it's hard sometimes. You got to put in more work, and you might take a loss where it really hits you hard and it backs you up on bills and things of that nature. All that comes with being a boss and being focused, man. Feel I said that big boy flex. Facts. That's a big boy flex doing it. It's not easy now, neither. It's not. And some people also, we got to give it to this. Some people don't want to be a boss. Some people just want to live their life comfortable, smile, go home. A lot of introverts, home, work. They ain't pressed for doing all the other extra stuff. Do what they need to do. If anything come about where they get fired, they take the powers to be, I guess, go file for unemployment, go find another job and keep their life rolling. They happy with that. And that's cool. Everybody don't want to do that, man. So some of those people really took that to as disrespect, and he still wasn't disrespecting them. They supposed to listen to that and say, well, that ain't my lane. I don't care about being a boss. I love working, and I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna do my job, and my bills is paid, and I got money in the bank. I can go out when I want to. I can travel when I want to. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm happy. So there's nothing wrong with that, neither. There's nothing. But I do feel that us as urban black people, where we come from over here, I think we do need more people of our culture opening up businesses and making them successful, like how the Chinese people do it. The Indians come over here and open up businesses. The Arabs open all these delis and stores and open them up in our neighborhoods. We can't go and open up none of those delis in their neighborhoods because they don't have neighborhoods. They probably all live in one little space, but it ain't big enough to make no money. But they open them up. They get one, and then it's doing good. They going to open up another one. That's what we supposed to be doing. Selling to ourselves. And to them as well. Not just to ourselves, to everybody. I'm just saying. All this boss stuff went over everybody's head. All the way to this day, they still get mad at Dame. But it was a bunch of people were saying Dame was right and understood what he was saying. Don't get it twisted. But I hate to see a lot of people that let it go over their head. It shouldn't even been a lot of people that was going against what Dame was saying back then. They should have been saying Charlamagne and DJ Envy lost their mind. They bugging to even think like that. They're not even paying attention to what he said. And a lot of those people that was agreeing with Dame, that mean they listened to the message, not the tone that he said it in. And those are the problems. A lot of us get caught out there because we don't pay attention to a message when it's being told to us until we go and sit back and think about it. And then we want to say, yeah, he was right. And if some people is looking in or sitting in the room in the audience or something while we talking, you don't want to look like you don't know what you're talking about. So you still don't pay attention to the message. You pay attention to the argument. Like like Envy just tried to say. Just look for instance, Mook, because Mook's sitting next to Dame. Mook, he's a rapper. He does it because he love it. I'm a radio person. I work here. I do it because I want the money. Mook started laughing. Boy, is you crazy? I don't do it just because I love it. I do it because I want money too. That didn't even make sense. And that's my point. He's there for the argument. He's not there, and he's there to compete with Dame with the argument. And Dame not arguing. He's just yelling loud with the truth. Envy's arguing or yelling loud with speaking nonsense. No disrespect to Envy, but I'm just saying that was nonsense conversation. No disrespect to him. I like his style, brilliant brother, and he do his thing. He get money more than one way on that without the radio station too, though. Car shows and all that stuff. So I got to give props where props is due. And Charlemagne too. They doing other things now, so we don't get that twisted. Got to give all of them props up there. They doing things also, books, all that stuff. I'm just saying, the radio, they been on there long enough to say, yo, we gonna get some money, put it together, and figure out how to get it to the Airwave Commission, because it's federal guided with the airwaves, and when you go and buy your antenna, you lock in and get you one of those, you get your number like Power 105 and Hot 97, all those is numbers, and the Airwave Commission give you your number and you get that antenna. Some places it's kind of locked down. They don't have no airspace for you to even do radio. But they are big. Basically, they syndicated. So they can take their show and go on the road with it. And people will chime in. Unless their contract states that they can't do certain things. But once that contract is up, I don't know. I don't know how they do that. And they saying now that Charlemagne's contract is up, but they didn't reinstate it yet. And I heard that today. So my main focus with this whole episode right here, Dame Dash told it years ago. And everybody, not everybody, but the people that did laugh and look at it like he was arguing and not giving a fact, just came to fruition. Just came to the light. Ebro in the morning show got canceled, fired. And that's one of the biggest shows that they got. And if they could let a big show like that go, that says a lot about anybody can get it. Now, it wouldn't be such of a big thing if it was somebody on the lower of the totem pole. And even when Angela Yee left, people talked about it, but she left. But I don't think she got fired. Even if she did, it wasn't a big deal. Charlemagne, Envy, that whole show get canceled, it's gonna break the internet like Ebro breaking the internet right now. But if they own their own stuff before they get fired, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. And it'll probably be a good look for them because everybody gonna go over to wherever they set up at now, which is what's happening with Ebro. They gonna go over there to that podcast he got, or internet media, whatever we all call it, Fila said, because of all the controversy now. So they getting ready to get checks regardless, and it's going to be on their own. Only thing with him is he was talking bad about podcasting, which that's going to blow over. Ain't nobody going to pay no attention, but it brings people down to size when they think they up there and they never can come down. It's always the corporate people that tears us down. Just like they said, the people that gave Puff that money, that liquor company, and when he tried to go against them, that's when he got brought all the way down to his lowest form right now. Nobody would ever wouldn't have bet no money months ago before Puff even got locked up that Puff would be in this state of mind. Or should I say in this state of what's going on with him right now. Nobody never would have thought that. And that right there goes to show you anybody can get it. Don't forget where you come from. Now they got it with Puff going through Harlem and saying he had to wash and take a wash because he done shook many hands. They done made him look bad with that. Some people trying to clear it up, say, shoot, after I leave out of there seeing people, I got to go and take me a shower and wash too. But it ain't like you get in the car or you walk off and be like, man, I'm getting ready to go home. I got to take a bath, a shower. I done shook all these people's hands. That ain't how you say that. And you only going to say you're going to take a shower when you come in because the clean people come in and want to take a shower anyway, but not like you doing it because you was out in Harlem. And once again, Roger Barnes said it. He said Puff wasn't coming to Harlem like that. And Puff was in here and there, but when he'll come and he don't put flyers out or promote it, but he'll blast it on the internet, on the Instagrams and Facebooks that he gonna be at a certain place, and watch how many people show up. And it always would be successful because it was Puff. But he's saying he don't come to Harlem to show no love and things of that nature. But now when he going through this turmoil, he want to come to Harlem. But he really came to Harlem to turn himself in. So he came up there a few days early. But he did walk outside. And that's the most I ever really seen him without like real security, walking through Harlem, riding the bikes and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Sean Prince was good. Salute. But you can't. So he's saying he turned his back on Harlem. Now he want to come back when the people got him charged with charges and they going against him and they bringing him down. And Puff has done stuff. They say he opened schools or donated to schools and things like that. So we can't take away the good things he did. Got to say some good things he did. But don't get in a high space and change. And a lot of our culture do it. I know so many dudes, man, they was regular dudes hanging around us every day. As soon as they got some money, they started hanging on the other side with other people. And now you can't even hardly get them on the phone, or they'll call you and if they need something. But after they get what they need, then you probably talk to them for a little while. Then they disappear again. They only come back when they need something. Come back just to stun on you and looking like they doing something. And then as soon as all that money gone, they trying to hang back around us. Nah, get out of here, man. It's been done before. I've seen it with my own eyes. Several times. More than one time. Different people from different walks. Or should I say different areas. Our own black brothers that we cool with. It happens. And I'm sure all of y'all out there got some people that y'all know like that. Never had nothing. They get in car accidents, get some money. They got a little 20,000, 30,000. They think that's some money. That's not no money, man. Niggas spend that with just clubbing. But it's something to the average person that works. It is. But you got to know how to manage that money. First thing they want to do is go get a car that's 40, 50,000 more than what they got. And they're going to put down 5,000 out of it. So now they got 15,000 out of the 20. Now they got to pay monthly. The average car note, $400 or $500. Let's just say $700, depending on what you get. The most is $1,000, but just say you paying $700. Then you paying then you gotta pay your insurance and all that. Then the maintenance on those high-end cars is a lot of money, man. And now they still working a regular job, but now they stunting on you in that car and still got the little, probably 15, maybe 14, 13 in the bank now because they done ran through that buying clothes and some jewelry to look good. Now they down to $10,000. They still got the car. They still get a little check here and there. But they still stunting like they really rocking and popping. They'll never take the money. If they get 20,000, I've seen it all before, and all that money, 20, 30,000, deteriorates to nothing. And they wonder where it all went. Then they got their special ones they like and love that they'll buy something for to keep them around them, who they want to keep around them, who they can control. If it's somebody with some brains, they don't want them around them because they don't want them to act like they telling them what to do. I've seen this all before. I'm not making none of this up. And now it gets to a point where when people do get their little accident money, which they could have lost their life, one of their family members died, they get some money. They don't even go and open up a restaurant or a store or something in the community to do something new to generate money. Take probably $2,000 instead of paying a car note. In 3 months, you done spent about $2,100, $3,000, and you still don't own the car. You still got a 7-year payment, a 7-year before you pay the car off. And then you still doing, instead of taking $2,000, $3,000 and go buy a nice little Honda Accord. What's now? Kias that's affordable and good cars. with good engines that last long. Instead of taking that type of money and buy that car, now you at 17,000. Don't worry about getting fresh. Don't worry about buying your people nothing. Tell them you about to open up something and ask them to work with you. Once they tell you, man, I don't want this, that, then now you know you shouldn't have never gave them nothing anyway. Everybody's hands gonna be out. You gotta tell them, I only got 20,000, only got 30. That really ain't nothing. Now you got your certain people that might really need help. You can't turn your back on certain people, but let them know they got to pay you back. It's just life, man. It's life. And then you got your certain people that you probably ain't gotta pay back. You got your mom's, man, here, take it 2,000. Here go 1,000, whatever. Or you say, Mom, I got a plan. I'm gonna come back. I got the money. You put your people that you love, that you want to give something to, down with the plan. It's always gotta be a plan, man. You can't think that because now you got a free 20, 30,000. It wasn't free because you could have lost your life in that accident. Your people might have got some money, or you got money from your people passing away. Their life is gone. So can't let the money deteriorate. I've seen people with way more money than 30,000 don't have nothing no more. Look how many people hit the lotto, millionaires, and now they all broke. Y'all Google it. I can't make this stuff up. And it's probably some white people too that just don't know how to manage money. But you got to get people, when you dealing with them type of money, you got to get honest people to it. And you got to know how to pay attention to it, because they'll rob you. But you got to get people to know how to manage money. But, I'm just speaking about our urban people that got these millions of dollars and now they don't got nothing. Nothing. Because we don't know how to manage money. Some of us do. But it's nothing wrong with not knowing how to manage money. Go learn. That's it. Go learn. But also, don't forget where you come from. The same people when you was broke, you still keep them around, but you let them know. And you gotta just be honest with people, man. Like, I got this money, but I'm not spending it like that. So I'm letting people know now. Don't try to be asking me for nothing, because this is not being spent that way. And they're going to recognize it because you ain't really going to get fresh. You ain't buying no jewelry and chains to look like you out hustling. You ain't looking like you have a business that's popping already. You taking the money. They see you riding a nice little Honda Accord. They see you might have something new on here and there. But you don't have to have nothing on new. You got money in the bank. That speak a lot. That's how the white people do it. They be dusty with the funny dusty shoes, looking like they need to be washed. And them bank accounts is fat and hefty, and they be smiling. But we want to, as soon as we get a couple dollars, straight to the jeweler, straight to the car dealer, straight to getting the girl that we like and spending all the money on her. And then she gone when you ain't got it. She wasn't paying you no attention before you had it. You want the girl that wasn't paying you no attention. Now you want to stun on her and spend some of that cake instead of spending on one of your real friends that was there with you if you want to spend some money. Because normally them the ones that's going to be there to hold you down. But those are the ones that be forgotten about, kicked to the side, and then as soon as that money gone, here you go. You over here with them. And the girl that you was rocking with, that devil rock with you, is gone with somebody else. Because you ain't maintaining no more. And she looking at you really like you a goof troop for wasting all that money, man. So, these are just lessons, man. And I had to come up here and give my boy Dame Dash his flowers. Because everything he said 8 years ago to Charlemagne and them, he got crucified for it. But he got a lot of love as well from a lot of smart people, but crucified for it. And now look at it. It came to fruition. It didn't happen to them, but it happened to Ebro, their competition. But it still can happen to them as well. It still applies what he said. Yeah, everybody gonna hate when somebody that is smart and giving this information, they make people hate Dame. That's why he went up there with his guards up, ready to argue, man. And I wish he didn't go up there ready to argue at that time, because they wasn't even worth it. But they ain't stopping nothing. Got a big surprise. He told me don't speak on it. In February, a big surprise. And the motion getting ready to be back in the ocean, man. And watch how many people jump right back on Dame nuts. Watch. Y'all gonna pull this video back up a few months later. Y'all gonna say it, man. That nigga Boosie's right. Look how they all loving Dame now again. He ain't lose his brains. And he don't care what nobody think. That's why he say, I take my teeth out. He just did an interview the other day, man. Like, yo, with these girls, like, what you want me to take my teeth out? He said, that's the problem. I don't care about what nobody think, because I am me. I'm still gonna do me and make moves. Y'all just pay attention. Because they told him, no, you ain't gotta do that. And he's like, yeah, I'm just letting you know how comfortable I'm in my skin. When you got people like that, it's tough to get rid of them hard, much as they want to. And he always give out the information that helps us to go against the people that try to oppress us. Facts. So, if you don't pay attention to people like that that's here to help us, because you think that they cocky, which he is, he's cocky, man. Everybody know that, man. He'll tell you that. And he said, like he said, he like being around women, and that's our boy, but he ain't gonna be around us long. But when we call him, he gonna come. If he can help us, he gonna help. I don't want to be around him all the time. I don't want to be all my homeboys, man. We all spread it out, but we are brothers. And when we call for each other, we coming. But we be with doing our own things, man. So, that's a fact. We all grown men, but at the end of the day, when a man telling you something, even a woman, if she telling you something, even if it's the hard, honest truth, and they yelling it, it is what it is, man. Bro Williams, what up? So we gotta learn how to manage this money right. We gotta learn how to open up businesses. Dame spoke this 8 years ago to Charlamagne and to DJ Envy. You don't own your radio station, you could get fired. And it just came to fruition. Ebro got fired, man. But I wish him success on his podcast. I don't want no man or no woman to be broke, sitting around here hurting. And I don't like to see people broke, man. I don't like it. I like to see people shining, even if they come through with something bigger than what I might have bought. Oh, that's hard. Word, that's nice, bro. And it inspires me to want to do right or do better than what I'm doing. And not just to buy that type of car because it's bigger than mine or better than mine. Yeah, I might want to go and get it if I have enough money, but if I make money and if I go get that car, it'll still put me back to where I was at. No, I'm going to save that money and make some more money. Then I might get to the point where like, nah, I got enough. And I might not even want to get that car at the time. I'm going to probably get something bigger than that because I move smart, calculated. I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm not here to be better than nobody. I want to be the same as everybody else, man. Now, if I want to do better so I can tell my friends, this is the plan, this is what I did, y'all can do it too. But if I see somebody else, some people just got other opportunities that put them in a space, in a money bracket bigger than yours. It is what it is. Everything ain't for everybody. So I'm not trying to compete with that, and I'm not going to be mad that that person got it. I'm smiling for that person. That's what's up. But once again, it's still going to inspire me to go and get it. I'm gonna bust my ass. And even if I can't afford it, I ain't even going to go get it. I'm going to keep that money in there until I'm comfortable enough to afford it. Oh, man, now I got an extra 100,000? After I done saved all that money? Damn, where I get this from? Man, I'm about to go treat myself because I worked hard. That's it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. So everybody, make sure y'all share this, man. Share this live. Share this video when y'all see it, because people need to see and understand. Dame spoke this 8 years ago to Charlamagne and them. You can get fired, and now you don't have nothing to leave your kids after you get fired. Open your own. Open your own radio station. Ebro still didn't open his own radio station, but he went to YouTube, a safe haven to make money. That's good. That's cool. So now let's just see where their next plans go. That's it. I know a dude down here opened his own radio station. I know he used to work on a radio station out here, K975. His name is DY Nasty. And we had a little conflict with him, that something he did with you know, against my brother and a few of my other friends, and you know, we always involved with it, and you know, learn to forgive, because he was a good friend of mine, whether he knew it or not. Now I don't wish him down, but he opened his own radio station, and he's rocking out here, and it took him a while to get it because the Airway Commission wouldn't allow him to do it. It took him years to do it, but he did it. So I gotta give him his props. Ro Williams said, "Why was he fired?" I don't know, bro. It's a lot of politics in with that. And they saying when you get to a certain plant up there in corporate get rid of certain people, man, that can basically go on their own and can hinder their company if that person who works for them goes and move forward. And the other rumors is certain things he was doing that corporate didn't like. And or money purposes, they dropped their show and put Flex on the morning show and even out the money. Flex got longevity there. He been there the longest, so put Flex there. He's big, got a big name like them, but still, that still might hurt him because Flex, nobody don't want to hear that type of tough talk and stuff that Flex do early in the morning. Mornings is when you waking up and getting yourself together, and even if you at work, sitting down, listen, you want to vibe out to real politic conversation, not gossipy, talk about people's stuff, and that's what Flex known for. So Ebro got his own joint now on YouTube. And this is for all y'all that's just coming in. He moved over to YouTube, which academics said you was talking junk about YouTubers and on YouTube, and now you're gonna go on YouTube. But a lot of people might start going to his YouTube because people want to hear the Ebro in the morning show, so they might start going over there, and that might hit Hot 97 in the buns. But they probably already thought about it. He gonna go to YouTube. A lot of his listeners might leave our show and go over there with him, but sometimes business decisions had to be made, and they got to try to counteract from it. And that's probably what's going on right now. And this whole point right here is what that interview that Dame did with Charlamagne and DJ Envy years ago said. You don't own this radio station. You could get fired. Can your son go in the bank account and get some money out from this station? No. Can you get fired? Yeah, that's a fact. I can get fired. That's what Charlamagne said. Okay then. And Dame got backlash from that years ago, 8 years ago. And now look, it coming to fruition that it wasn't them that got it. It was the competition, which is Ebro. But it still can happen to them too. And Charlamagne contract is up. They said iHeart, allegedly, I don't know, but I heard it more than once. iHeart didn't renew his contract. So he on pins and needles. He could be on the chopping plate right now. And it all boils down to what Dame Dash said years ago. Got to give him his flowers. And a lot of stuff, other stuff that he said is going to come to the light. Because he never said really nothing wrong, man. Matter of fact, I ain't even going to put the word really. He never said nothing wrong. And a lot of people don't want to hear a person telling you the truth when other people is listening. They want to sound like, you know, they not the dumbest person in the room or is not the smartest person in the room. And or just don't want to listen to a truth. When you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, you do more listening than talking, instead of going back and forth with the person, which will create an argument. Everybody know Dame's talk loud when he start getting into it with somebody, but he still be giving you the facts. Only thing that was proven wrong with Dame was the recent Breakfast Club when he said he's the chairman of Revolt, but he got all the text messages from you know, the president of the Revolt and all that, and the president did a you know, I guess he trusted him blindly, and the president reneged on him, so it made it look like he was just talking. He said 50 Cent ain't gonna put out no documentary on Puff, and the reason why he said he thought that 50 wouldn't do that was giving 50 his props, thinking he wouldn't do that with the threshold of a white man being in control of it, and he would do that. Now, if Fifth and Puff beefing, and Fifth put the documentary out on his own time, I think other people probably would have respected it on that note, but still a lot of people wouldn't have paid attention to if just Fifth doing it too. They'd be looking at it as Fifth exploiting the man's personal business, and it might be over a woman. People saying it ain't over a woman. People saying it might be over something else. It might be over Chris Lighty, but there's no proof that Puff unalived Chris Lighty. So for men to have a real beef with another person, and you know they can't go to the weapons, they would have to do other things to tear each other down because their faces all over everywhere. They're too popular to be trying to unalive people, which it's possible that could be done too, but you got to pay this person, that person. Paper trail might lead back up to you if it's done wrong. The way they trying to lead paper trail from Tupac and Biggie back to Puff, which there is none. But instead of going through all that, if he had a real beef and didn't do it through the white man, which is Netflix that did it, if Fifth did it on his own and put it on Netflix, they cool. But Netflix did it and put Fifth down with it, is what Dame was saying. So that's why he was saying that's why he said he's not doing no documentary. Giving 50 his props on saying he a real dude. He wouldn't put nothing out on no black man like that, especially while he's in jail and while he's down. But he said Fifth did it, and he don't like that Fifth did that under the umbrella of a white man tearing another black man down by using a black man. So I get it. But if I got beef with you, me and 50 Cent and Puff got beef, if Puff did something that was really foul to 50, then 50 got all right to carry the beef how he want to. You want to play with me? All right. I'm going to show who you really is. Then that's different. But Fifth ain't really speaking on what he really got beef with him about. He letting people say, oh, he mad because Puff humped his girl. Which is pictures of years ago, 50 was dealing with Puff girl, baby mama, Misa. Now that done surface. So how could he be mad? So now it's like, that can't be the real reason you put it out. If you know you was messing with that man woman first and he messed with yours, you don't got no right to be mad at him. That's a fact. Ro Williams said, treacherous industry, same like the streets. That's a fact, because a bunch of street people was in the industry. Half the big dogs that's running the game came from the streets. And that's why. But we got to look at it like this. Before that, you just had treacherous corporate people regulating it. And they brought rap into the world, and then they teaching us how to go against each other. Separation. Same way they saying Leo Cohen separated Jay-Z and Dame. Give Jay the bag, trick Dame out of the company. Rockefeller, give Rockefeller back to Jay-Z, make him the president of Def Jam, and it's all in the middle of Leo Cohen. And we heard Leo Cohen on video saying about Dame Dash, said, yeah, I took that mother effer down. I took him down. That's what he said, man. The white man. And then Jay-Z works with him. How we gonna win? When we let them do that to us, they're gonna get, I don't need you in my beef if I got a problem. If Jay have a problem with Dame, I gotta respect it. I can't be mad at that. But I can't be happy that he let a white man, allegedly, I don't know, come in and brainwash him to go against a guy that helped from the beginning. You know, you got to have some type of compassion. I'm gonna be like, man, even though this sucker got me mad at him, meaning Jay could be saying this about Dame, even though this sucker got me mad at him, I still love him. I got love. I don't want to see him tore down, man. But I am going to separate myself. Nah, Leo, don't worry about this. I got this. Nah. And move how he want to move. He had enough power to move how he want to move. But he went and got the Def Jam job. took the Rockaware, which Dame created Rockaware. Dame helped show how to create Rockefeller, and no labels wanted to sign Jay-Z. Said he was too old. Dame said, let's do it ourselves. Dame was already in the industry working. Jay-Z was running with Daddy Kane, but he wasn't inside industry movement. Took it, it blew up, and then took everything and pushed Dame to the side. But Dame wasn't taking none of their money. He was trying to push whatever he was doing on his own. And you know, they said Jay said to not give Dame Dash no deals for music. So then that blackballed him from getting a real deal. But I was with Dame when I had Dame down here. Warner Brothers, they called Dame up and said, man, F all that player hating stuff, man. We want you over here at Warner Brothers. And Dame never followed suit with it, man. And to this day, I wonder why, man, because we had the artists. Let's go up there and rock, man. Ro Williams said, very knowledgeable dude. Much appreciated. Now, that's a fact. And I don't agree with a lot of stuff with Dame. But, and not just because he my bro, but he do have a lot of knowledge. And I learned a lot working with him and dealing with him and things that he's done for me and my nephews and my sons and my bros when times he didn't even have to. So I'm never going to go against that. And me and him get into it and back and forth and back and forth because he know who I am. I'm not no yes man for you and nobody. I'm not a yes man for my mama if she's wrong. I'm not going to disrespect my mother ever. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to disrespect my bro. We have our own back and forth. But even if I don't agree, and even if we fell out, I'm not still going to put him on Front Street and go at him. I'm just not, because it's somebody that did something for me. So I just want to keep my blessings with how they go. I'd rather fight with him first, win or lose, period. And get it over with before I just go out here and they see us going back and forth. Man, that's not cool. Kevin Jacobs said, that woman plays a small part of the reason. This is a battle of the gatekeepers. Which one are you talking about? The Perez lady? Well, Juan's wife. And see, she come into play because Juan, that's Jay's boy. Juan was the connect back in the day. Everybody know that. He stay low key. He don't want to be in front. He living his best life. He don't care. His name whispers throughout the industry and stuff. People know he is. He let his wife run everything. And, you know, if anything got any deeper when, you know, Juan connected Jay to work with her, let her regulate everything, then maybe that could be a part of it too. But my point to this whole matter is we separate ourselves from each other, all for the love of the money or the next move. And I ain't gonna see a brother all the way down. If he did do me dirty, they were saying Dame was trying to holler at Jay-Z girls besides Aaliyah, and that's a big thing. And James saying no, she wasn't. Nobody had her, and to say that was their girl, and everybody know how it goes. If that was the case, me and my homeboys would have been fell out. Some of them chose them over me. All right, we just keep it in the family. She chose you. All right, it is what it is. Even though I was trying to holler, I don't care about none of that. Ro Williams said a lot of words of wisdom. Thanks for keeping me woke, Woody. Word life. This is what it's all about, bro. And when I speak, that's why I call this street knowledge. I'm only going to give knowledge and real facts. And I'm not sugarcoating nothing for nobody that's my homeboy or my homegirl, nothing. I'm going to speak facts. But this is just life. And if I don't speak it and people don't listen, they won't understand why we still basically at a standstill with what we doing and where we going to the next level. We not gonna get nowhere tearing each other down. And this industry is wicked and wild. It's all for the love of money and for the love of bitches. That's just that. But I'm not gonna go against my people for nothing, even if I don't even speak to you no more. Because at the end of the day, I still know that you can't just honor or love a person, man. They gotta do something real drastic to you. And you still ain't gonna like them no more, but you still gonna have love and say to yourself, man, why does this nigga even do that dumb shit, mess up what we had? Now I can't even mess with him because of principle purposes. And then sometimes you could just forgive. You won't forget, but you can forgive. And then once y'all start back being together, you probably just forget all about it because you don't never want to talk about it no more. Done that with friends. So, it's just how you manage your friendship with people. Something that you call brothers. Everybody call each other brothers when they down at the bottom. And then when they rise to the top, all of a sudden they get the money. They not brothers no more. Now they want to separate themselves after they put in all that hard work. You put in all that hard work to get to the top. Now you don't want to be with each other and hang with each other. Keep getting money with each other. Y'all figure out a way to be mad at each other and separate yourself from each other, and then start adding on to the negativity because you was mad about one little thing because now you got money and you don't need this person no more. That's crazy. And that's our pattern of all of us in our culture. I tell a lot of niggas, they be like, yo, you been around a long time doing things. Facts. Treat everybody the same. I stayed being the same person. A lot of stuff I don't get because I don't ask kiss, but a lot of things drop in my lap because people know I'm a good dude, honest dude. And they'll get something to call me, yo, I got something good for you, boy, man. What's up? And these are how I get things. Period. And it helped me stay surviving through life. Whether I make 10 million, 20 million, whatever. I was on the streets and had $1 million at 20-something years old, easy. So that type of money don't mean nothing to me. My homeboys, I make sure everybody got money, everybody. Then I had my own, the little ones that was envy me. I got rid of them. See y'all later, man. I ain't rock with you no more. Just let them go ahead about their business. But that all just comes with anything everywhere. White people, purple people, Chinese, they all go through it too. But I'm just saying, majority of making sure your crew is all right, because the wolves will eat you. Make sure your crew is all right, man. I don't want to be the only one with money. I want to argue with my boy, man. You bought food last time. It's my time to buy the food. Am I got it? Nah, I got it this time, man. Hold your money. That's how it's supposed to go. Don't sit around, hold your money, wait for him to buy it again and again and again. Nah, we ain't doing that. Yo, why you looking like that, man? Come see me later on, man. Give him something to do. Get his pockets right. Don't try to son him. I never try to son my people. I always looked at them as equal. We all equal. And sometimes some of that go to some of their heads. They start thinking that they are your equal and they lose respect factor, respect value for who you really are, and forgot that you are the person that put them in position. Those are the ones I just kick them to the curb, man. I see them and I kill them with kindness. Speak to them. They might call me. I hit them up here and there. But the love that I had for you, trying to help you, I'm not going that route no more because you went on and got too big for your britches. And before I let it get out of hand, I'd rather just let you just go, your little separate ways. But I might look out here and there for something. If I need something, I'm going to definitely call them because they still owe me anyway. So I have the right to do so. But the end of the day, make sure your team is always getting money, not just you looking good and buying everybody drinks when y'all in the club and everybody, drinking on the strength of you, and you wearing the jewelry and they ain't really got nothing in the nice cars. You got it. But, I always used to have 4 or 5 cars. My team would drive it, but I gave them something to do. And they can make their own money to buy their own cars and all that. But I never was no stingy nigga with no cars. That material stuff, I don't care. I'll be in the house working on whatever, and they riding the cars. When it's time to go out, we jump in the cars and we riding as a team. We all looking good. But nobody can say I ain't give them position, put them in a position to make money and make their own money. They probably still have to do what I need to be done, but they still have their own on the side of what they doing with me. J-Hole 2515 said, but the minister said do for self. That's a fact. And that's why you have to make your own moves, but still make sure other people is all right too that's around you. And I'm pretty sure the minister meant do for yourself, but don't be selfish and forget where you come from once things start working. And another thing is you're always going to need a team to go to the next level, because you can't do everything by yourself. Dame also said that to DJ Clue and them. Y'all can look that one up. You always, because what I'm doing and then what he doing and what he doing, everybody is over there doing everything that's on the same movement and getting things done. He over there with the flyers. He over there going to make sure that the space that we gonna rent out for the party is correct. He gonna go and get a car so he can go and put the flyers out. We all gonna get together and go to certain places. He gonna pick the places where we need to go and put the flyers. All of that is teamwork. And it happens so fast, so now you got room to go and do something else, which keep you ahead of the game with what you're doing in your business. So I wanted to come up here and chop it up with y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up. Please share this if y'all new in here. Subscribe. Appreciate everybody, man, that's showing love. And please hit the like button, hit that like button, man. Please hit the like button for me. And I appreciate everybody for the cash apps. If y'all want to donate, you could donate to @TheRealBigBoosie. Well, excuse me, $ The Real Big Boosie. BOOTSIE is how Boosie spelled, and the is THE. Everything spelled correctly, The Real Big Boosie. And on my Instagram, The Real Big Boosie. @The Real Big Boosie on Instagram, man. So y'all hit me up, share this. Dame Dash spoke to fruition 8 years ago about being your own boss on radio stations and you can't get fired. And Ebro just got fired. It wasn't Charlemagne and them, but it's the message from 8 years ago that always, well, let me rephrase that. It's messages from years ago that will always catch up to you later. And Dame Dash did it, so I got to give my bro his flowers early, man. And it's other things that he has said that's going to come to fruition. People need to understand it and realize when the brother's speaking, he's just speaking in a high tone. Listen to the message. Don't get mad. I'm going to just sit and listen. And then I'm going to say, you right. Or I'm going to say, when I know the message ain't real, then I'm going to go back and say something and correct it. But if the message is real, just be a real person to be like, nah, you right. Because it's only going to better yourself. It's only going to better yourself, man. For real. Peace and love. Blessings to my knowledgeable people. I appreciate y'all, man. Your boy Big Boosie, I'll be back.